So much talk is around the addict or the alcoholic or the person with mental health hitting rock bottom, and families having to wait for that to happen, for them to ask for help or want help. And we have an article that we have on our website in the blog section that talks about that for the substance user and the person with mental health. But what we're going to talk about here today is families who have hit their bottom, who want help and are asking for it. And nowhere anywhere does it say that families have to wait to do something first. Families have every right to take the first step by way of setting boundaries, holding their loved one accountable, breaking the cycles of codependency, addressing enabling, and all of the things that are preventing that person, their loved one with addiction and mental health, from taking that first step. Because families are usually beaten down into a state of unreasonableness, to the point where they don't even know what to do, to the point where they don't even think anything could be done, to the point where they might even start accepting things the way that they are. I mean, it's so sad when you look at some of our phone calls. I mean, I've got people that are seeking divorce because they're not on the same page. I've got spouses living and sleeping in separate beds. I've got children, adult children, who don't talk to each other anymore. I've got constant turmoil and bickering back and forth and arguing. And it all goes back to the family who's waiting for this person to ask for help, while at the same time the family's dysfunction is preventing that person from getting there. You know, family first intervention is who they say they are, and our name is what we do. Our company name is not drug addict first, alcoholic first, mental health disorders first. Our company is family first intervention, and we intervene on people and their resistance to treatment and their lack of initiative to advocate for their own care. And we help families understand what it is that went wrong, why it went wrong, and what we can do to correct it. Because families have to understand they are just like their loved one, seeking comfort in their choices. Your loved one is seeking comfort in their behavior, their acting out, their manipulations, their controlling the situation, their hostility, their anger, their resentments, their restlessness, their irritability, their discontent, their blame throwing, their finger pointing. The list goes on. And you're on the receiving end of that. And you don't have to be. You're there by choice, because you're getting something from that, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be doing it. So this whole bottom thing, we need to shift the conversation to the family who's at their bottom, who's on this website, who's watching this video, who's reading our content, who's asking people what options they have. You don't have to wait to ask for help until your loved one does. You don't have to sit around arguing with one another, fighting with one another while your family's ripped to shreds and your holidays are uncomfortable because your loved one is running the show. When you're at the bottom, you want help, you don't have to, you ask for help, you can get it. And then when you do, that has a significant impact on whether or not your loved one makes a change and addresses their addiction or mental health issues.